Okay, let's have a look at answering some pretty simple questions, but making sure that we use the information from the questions to do it. So this question is about atoms, molecules and nanoparticles. Different atoms have different numbers of subatomic particles. An oxygen atom can be represented with a mass number of 16, an atomic number or proton number of 8 and the symbol 0. Explain why the mass number of this atom is 16. You should refer to the numbers of subatomic particles in the nucleus of the atom. Now I've underlined that because it's important. It wants us to refer to the number of subatomic particles in the nucleus. Alright, so we've got to make sure we do that in the question, or in the answer. So we don't write about electrons because they're not found in the nucleus of the atom. So let's make sure we answer clearly. And we're explaining why the mass number is 16. Well, the atom has 8 protons. That's the atomic number. 16 minus 8 gives us 8. And that's the number of neutrons. So the atom has 8 protons, the atom also has 8 neutrons, and that's why it's got a mass number of 16. So we've explained using the numbers of subatomic particles in the nucleus of the atom. There we are, done. Next one, explain why carbon-12 and carbon-14 are isotopes of carbon. And again, it wants us to refer to the numbers of subatomic particles in the nucleus of each isotope. So let's make sure we do that. So first we have to point out why they are both carbon. Well, they've both got an atomic number of 6, and the number of protons is what makes something what it is. So right, the number of protons in both atoms is 6. That explains why they are both carbon. And next, we have to point out why they're isotopes. Carbon-12 and carbon-14 have got different mass numbers, so obviously they've got different numbers of neutrons in those nuclei, and we have to write that down. Carbon-12 has 6 neutrons, because 12 minus 6 is 6, that's the number of neutrons, and carbon-14 has 8 neutrons. 14 minus 6 is 8. So then we've answered the question by referring to the numbers of subatomic particles in the nucleus. The number of protons in both atoms is 6, but carbon-12 has 6 neutrons and carbon-14 has 8 neutrons. There you are, answered using the information in the question to make sure we get it right.